Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's another, well, actually, it looks like it's going to be a sunny day outside today, but I've got up early enough that I can actually go ahead and get this done before work. Yay. Let's go ahead and play our daily of the day. So, there's, it started up 36 minutes ago. We got up on time. We might be able to get a first place finish if we're lucky about this. So, we got Stygian Guard and Hellhorned. Lots of fragile creatures and characters. I mean, probably relying on our spells. Let's see. Start with Boon of the Pyre. So 50 damage, 40 HP, and 15 armor. Our Pyre is made of gold. Our units cannot be healed, and everything takes 2 damage after all units in combat. Well, that's pretty brutal. Especially considering that we have the world's most frail champion, and they'll die in like 2 seconds and cannot be healed. So it's almost better to use them like a spell. Tethys' Scales, I think, is the correct choice here. Because we would like to have spell weakness on our enemies. And you know what? In both cases, we have 3 HP. In one case, they'll actually take some spell weakness, which makes them weaker on the next floor to our spells. Like Crypt Builder, for instance. I think that in this case, we're going to try the handheld totem. We're going to try going for the sweep of the spell weakness. I'm going to go ahead and put a thinky on this one. Unit draft. We need something big that can stand the test of time. Non-boss enemy is getting a 4 extra damage. I don't think it's going to matter to us. Like, the amount of damage we take is enough. So, you know what? Sure. The only bad guys we have to worry about are the big ones. The little ones will die after the first floor, so I'm not too worried about them. Cool. You guys last like 4 turns. It almost doesn't matter. Instead, here's what I'm going to do. And then I laugh. And then I laugh. I get both of these on the first. You know, there are just some games you cannot win. Okay, here's what I recommend. He cannot be allowed to get up to the top. Gonna have to be a really big turn. Alright, Tethys Titan's Bane. You're a turn late is the problem here, you see. Unfortunately, we kind of mucked this one up bad. Tethys would have died in the first 2 turns. The good news is that it doesn't matter that they got up to the top, they didn't deal any damage to us. We still got the trial, that's fine. Ice Tornado is a lot of damage, but can deal to a variety of different places, so let's go ahead and pick that up. What we need to do is find a way to either make these spells a bit cheaper or to deal damage in AoE without having to cost mana in the first place. Multi-imp is perfect for that. And then you could actually survive a couple of turns. You'll take approximately 12 damage. You will live, you'll die. So Consumer of Crowns is actually impossible to get out there because the imps just don't live long enough. I think that if we're going to take anything, this guy here with Quick and Multi-Strike might be able to survive. But even then, it is a big I think we skip him. Like, it's not a great feeling. You know, no. We can go ahead and put people to tank in front of him. That's okay. He's gonna have to be our carry for right now. In light of this, what I really want are some spells that allow us to discard things. We don't have that yet. So, if that's the case, what we definitely want are... We probably should have gone the... Yeah, I'm starting to see the problem with having... I should have picked up the reduced cost. Every time I pick the wrong champion. Anyway, if we go for the Merchant of Steel... See, Frozen Lances would have been free in those situations if I had... If we go this way, we can actually put up a bit of a bigger tank man, but again, acid rain makes things real difficult. This is a big Now, I meant to do this quickly before work. This is proving to be a bit of a puzzler. We go to the right, I think. And hear me out. 20 magic power and consume on a vent means that that vent, even when it's free, does 20 damage. It's pretty big. Upgrading a spell to cost one less. Ice Tornado is a 60 damage spell without a tune. It's not a bad spell. Okay, do we have enough money to reroll? We do. Another 20 magic power and consume. Boom. Our vents are now big AoE spells. It's a shame we can't get holdover, although I have no idea what I would hold over at this point. Ice Tornado costing 1 makes it ideal for dealing with lots of little people or even one big person. It's 60 damage. It's nothing to sneeze at. You're useless. You're useful, because you actually can take some damage. Our branded warrior will die instantaneously. It's worth mentioning, however, that if the branded warrior gets put on the right spot with enough HP, he'll actually be able to start dealing some damage too. So I will take him. He will likely die very early on with these fights, but yeah, spikes. Oh, you grant haste. Sure. This actually doesn't bother me all that much because it seems like the majority of our enemies today are going to be very, very, very weak. They'll die, like, these guys die after the first floor. Like, I just want to get stuff out of my deck. So you know what? Let's set you up here. You can go here. You can go here. And it doesn't matter how well these guys do. Oh, would you look at that? The branded warrior will die after 3 turns. How many waves do I have remaining? Not enough to make that worth it. So... remember, you have Heartless. No one heals down here. Might as well get rid of the vent now. It doesn't make a big difference, but it is just one of those things where it's like, I can get rid of the vent, so I might as well. Nothing here immediately makes me happy that it exists, and I can get rid of the Queen's Impling and get it out of my deck. Okay, you jokers. There's a spell for you. How would you feel about this spell for you? And that spell for you? Plus that spell for you? Okay, it's a decent amount of damage. It's not the worst. Yeah, that's a decent amount. So we are effectively playing this without our champion because it's just too frail. Let's see. Flash freeze, it's an idea. Energy siphon immediately makes an impact. If we can get that on the same turn as a crypt builder, we're in a good spot. Out of these, a fortify is actually a heal where we normally don't have one. If we can give fortify a holdover, that instantly makes it a top tier spell for us. We don't need this side, and we can use the money. So I'm going to go over this way. Enemy units enter with Frostbite 2. Look, that effectively means that enemy units take 6 damage as soon as they leave the first floor. That kills so many of those smaller units right out of the gate that we don't have to worry about, that we can just focus on the big guys. And we're not casting a lot of spells. We're casting the spells we need. I'm going to go for the Rules of Containment, see what happens. And then with these two, I cry. The Horned Warrior isn't bad, and is honestly probably better for us than the Branded Warrior. But the Rail Beater is neat in that you play it and out it goes. You know what? It's just a better Train Steward. If we get the chance to remove cards, it's not bad. Alright, Rare Umbra, Melting, or Awoken. Awoken could be quick, but it doesn't really make a difference. What I would like to have is Endless, which, if I remember correctly, is Remnant. Play Endless. I mean, look, sometimes it just works. Having a Bounty Stalker actually go out and die and then get bigger every time it dies means that it'll probably get a grand total of an additional, like, what? 5 times 8, 40 extra attack. It's not awful, but considering how weak you are, it's not enough. Applying Endless to a friendly unit makes a big difference. So I'm very pleased with doing that instead. Yeah, let's see what we can do against Daedalus. This is a big again. We're not doing great in terms of points, by the way. It's not perfect. All 3 of you are already dead. Do I vent now? No. Do I put a Tethys this turn? You know, it's a free spell weakness on the guy. Why not? And being able to just sneak on that Endless, it's a good bonus. Okay, Ice Tornado. Not a bad idea. Having the Alpha Fiend potentially go out there and get some strikes in could be worse. Depends on how this goes. Let's see. Oh, I removed the spell weakness with that, and I now realize that was an error. You think you're big, huh? And they deal 1 damage when they die. It's rude. Now, applying Endless to the Molting Imp would not have been bad, but, you know, Tethys is going to come back. It's way worth it. You might as well head down here and eventually die. Just get out of my deck so I can get access to my spells earlier. Okay, this cannot be allowed to happen. Thank you. With that mentioned, this is a great turn to get out a whole lot of baddies out of my deck. And be smart about this. Be as smart as you can about this. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. These 2 are going to smack the pyre for a grand total of 4 damage. Then die. We don't need to worry about that floor. This floor I barely need to worry about. And currently, if I've got 2 spell weakness, it's like that's a decent amount of damage. It's 60 odd damage. And I'm gonna save that for when I've got a good, clear crypt builder on them. Speaking of which, okay. Then what? Keeping him alive as long as possible is not a bad plan. Vent him. This is exactly what we brought along spell weakness for. So that worked. But we could definitely use some help. When played, repeat all summon effects triggered. So far this battle not very helpful for us, sadly. It is effectively just a 1 damage spell that goes out and does damage equal to the number of Queen's Implings we've played. It's not awful, but it's not great either. Like, it's a very good card. Is it better than the other 2? Yeah. Is it amazing? We would need more imps for it to be amazing. I'll pick it up and see what happens. You never really know. Cold Celia actually does survive a turn or 2, and Demon Fiend is big enough that it actually matters. So I'm pleased about that, especially since we're getting that extra energy per turn now. Okay. How is this going to look when we're done? I have no idea. I would like to go to the right and start spending some money. But we don't need this. We could definitely use the Unstable Vortex though. So you know what? Okay, fine. It's fair. We haven't, at least we haven't taken any actual damage to our pyre yet. The Train Stewards literally just go out there to die. They take too long to die anyway. Alrighty. So here's what we're looking at. 20 magic power. Consume. Just make one big hammer. Upgrade a spell to remove. Consume. Just apply endless to everybody I want to apply it to. It's not awful. It's not bad. I think what I do is I'm going to reduce the cost of both the Crypt Builders, apply a 20 magic power, and consume to the... to Frozen Lands. Re-roll. Get the other Crypt Builder to be cheaper. Since it's attuned, just get one up to 110 damage. Then apply double stack to fortify. And hope it's enough to keep Tethys alive in situations to just get through the acid rain. And then with our leftover $50 reduce, goodbye Train Steward. It was nice to leave. So the Transcendent is not a great play, but at least it's something. Applying spell weakness 2, damage. Look, this actually gives me more damage now. Spell weakness 2 though is very good. But one of the things that's been keeping us back has been our ability to like cast our spells. So yeah, okay, cool. Look, remember when I said I wish I picked the other champion? We've now picked that. Hopefully that works. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. Sure, dude. The problem is that obviously if they get to the top, it hurts. But just set up on this floor here. So you're getting away. You will not get away. You are going to die. Does this work? It almost worked. Never mind, they just killed both of them. And you know what? For 40 gold, I'll deal it. So at this point, how are you guys looking? Well, kind of dead. If I put out the Molting Imp and then just make him endless, I can just pop him out for 5 damage every turn. Which is not bad. What I'm going to do instead, however, is Ice Tornado. That was a lot of damage. Tethys, have an endless just in case if things go really badly for you in a minute. Yeah, this guy's dead. And the Multi-Imp might as well come out. So that way our Transcendent does something, but I have no idea what it's going to do otherwise. Oh, you know what? The Transcendent makes sense here. Tethys, have some armor. Thank you. Okay, this would do some damage, but before we do that, put this guy out, then Transcendent. Look, I dealt some damage. Blast him. Alright, at least we got one of them killed. Yeah! You're already dead, huh? I made that real easy for you and try to kill you before, so we can kill this guy instead. Perfect. Look, if I Queen Zimpling right now, at least it gets it out of my deck. Now what? I want to kill him. And then Crypt Builder him for a lot. But I don't think we're going to be able to do both. So here's what I'm going to do. Crypt Builder, instantly moidle him. Put this boy out. Decent amount of armor. And he's taking 145. I want to play Ice Tornado. It's just not a good plan. Because if we keep that spell weakness on him for one more turn, we can probably Crypt Builder him and do a lot more damage. So, I end the turn. Well, well, well. I like it when I'm right. I like it when I'm right. This feels like playing Magic the Gathering right now. I barely have any creatures, and it's fine. Friendly units enter with Rage 3. I mean, like, sure. I don't think it matters. Now out of these guys, you're instantly toast. Consume Frostbite's not bad. It's a spell. It instantly goes out. Does it increase in magic power? No. Is Frostbite 6 going to make a big difference? No. Moving along. Imp in a box. And more imps? I could. Battering ram's kind of bad for us, and ascending unit and applying daze 2 can be very useful in certain situations. We just slam them up a floor, and then, oh look, it's the pyre! Gersh! That's actually a really powerful card for us. Anything that ascends and applies dazed right now is tantamount to dealing 45 by X, where X is the amount of days we've applied. I'm gonna go this way. Largely because I'm an idiot, but also because getting another free tome seems like a pretty fun time. Quick would be fine. Fragile and multi-strike. Yikes, no. This is a terrible time for that. Quick is actually particularly helpful in some situations, just to make sure that you can get off certain aspects of your deck. You know, Tethys, for instance, just being able to apply spell weakness. Or just killing certain units before they have a chance to do anything. I think that gets our pick here. Good luck, goodbye. Now, are we going to be able to afford any artifacts here? Not likely. Not any good ones. Surprise, surprise. This would have been really good if we had 10 more gold. This would have been handy too, actually. So it's really depressing, because we could have made it. I'm going to go ahead and make a cry face because of that. Big boo-hoo-hoo. Non-boss enemies get 6 extra damage for 150 coins. For points... You're dead already. You're climbing up. Alright, so here's the question. Do we put Tethys down now? I think the answer is yes. And then down here... Down here we left. For now. Okay, you're not dead yet. Emphasis on the word yet. You are super toast. As far as being dead, how do I make you more dead? If I put the branded warrior down, he'll kill him. The fiend will actually survive long enough for it to matter, though. I say we actually hold off on playing a spell here. Just so that way we can keep that spell weakness going. And lo and behold, spell weakness. Get slammed. Apply Endless to Tethys, just in case if he dies. Now for you. You have a bunch of... Oh, that's the effect for Frostbite. That makes sense. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and blast the Frost Lance, and then another Frost Lance, and then... laugh really hard as I stare down this massive beast of a thing, and am unable to deal with it. You know what? Energy Siphon? Ice Tornado. Cool, it worked. That actually did a lot more damage than I expected it to. If I put out the Molting Imp now... Screw it. We're putting down every summon I own. Wait, where are my guys coming in? Oh, Rage! Because I actually have the Scorching Restraints. That's a thing that they have. So Tethys died, but he came back the very next day. I say we put the armor here, and then Tiresome Climb, puts him upstairs. He takes some damage, goes upstairs, then dies, because Daze 2 applies that way. I think that is actually a fine idea right now. Now for you. You did come in with Spell Weakness 1. There's nothing I really want to do about that right now. I mean, I could deal you some damage, but it's not enough. You get this out of my deck. You're at least going to deal some damage. Oh, he's got lifesteal too. Oh, that's brutal. And sweet. And sweet. And Tiresome Climb is actually just going to make this worse, I think, for us. But there's a good chance, let's see, our Crypt Builders are still in the deck. Oof, 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 oof. what? I'm looking at this situation, I'm thinking I could apply days too. Just get it over with. Let's not. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and vent for as much damage as I can do. Get it out of my deck. The spell weakness is gone. But my capacity to do damage is not. So, first things first, Fortify. Second things second, Transcend Imp. That was some damage. And then at this point, you don't have any spell weakness, but I do have a Crypt Builder for you, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, at this point, he will kill the entire floor, but he's going to run out of lifesteal in the process. And he ate some spell weakness in the process. He did not. Deathless. Ice Tornado. Vent. Thingamabob. Cry in your sleep as you realize he one-shots your freaking... Oh my god, that boss sucked. Okay, so we still took the trial, it just removed the bonus that we got out. Like, we lost the bonus entirely. That sucks. Ice Storm can be exceptionally helpful with enough magic power to make it worth it. But our first real card that forces discard? Can't say no. Out of these, again, Tiresome Climb is neat, but I think that one is enough, considering how much it costs. I am a little bit spooked off of that one, but hey, we should be fine. We now have enough money to make this side worth it, and we actually took some fire damage. That's plus 9 damage on each Crypt Builder for free. I like it. I like it a lot. Right on. Okay, so remove Consume. I think that removing Consume off of literally anything right now is not that much of a help. And reducing the cost of stuff is great. Like making Fortify even cheaper would be the thing. But I would also like it to just be, you know... easier to do. Tiresome Climb, I think, being one, makes it far more castable. And let's re-roll that one. Holdover is what we were looking for. Now we can actually keep a person alive for a lot longer. As soon as we see Fortify and Tethys at the same time, we're just like ding, 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 ding. As long as no one has sweep, we're good. We could also put Energy Siphon. Like there are a lot of targets for this. I think that Fortify is a good one. Just because as a constant use spell, it is a lot of HP. Energy Siphon is also extremely good. Because we do want that every turn. Applying spell weakness every turn means that we can easily get a guy up to spell weakness 3 before slamming them on the top floor. So let's do that. Making Fortify cheap makes good sense. Making Frenzied Swarm cheap makes it castable in all instances. And I do like that idea a lot. Yeah. Yes, we'll give it a shot, and then 20 more magic power plus the ability to just go away. Titan's Tooth. Look, if you were at least half as good as the vents, that would actually make you far more castable. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the Frozen Lances. They're not great, and they actually eat up spell weakness where I don't really want them to. Let's remove our last Train Steward. Okay, there's our deck for now, folks. We're going into Fell. This is a big one. This is where I do a big ol' And we're doing okay. We've done a trial on every single one of the floors so far, if I recall correctly. We've played this relatively smart. You're not dying turn one, huh? Now that leaves me feeling salty. We can put down Tethys right now, but I don't think it's a good idea. We're gonna put you in the middle. We're gonna hope that we can keep you alive. In light of that, let's put that down. And then, daze you both. Daze all of you down there. For reasons. Now, this is interesting. We do a Frozen Lance, instantly kills. You're dead. Sure. Like, that doesn't bother me that much. You know what? Let's do the Ice Tornado up here. Keep the Branded Warrior alive for one more turn. And slam down a Rail Beater, just so that we have somebody with armor in front. Bam. Damn. Kill that. Weight of Contrition's bad to have in our hand, by the way. So, at this stage, Tethys, please live. You're dead. You're alive. All good. I think that what we're do is we put down this one. Nice. And then we get rid of both of these. We take 5 pyro damage, but it's going to hit our armor instead. And spell weakness is starting to apply here, which is good. Let's continue to apply it even more. Crypt Builder is an instant kill here. Nah. If I tiresome climb you, you will die for nothing, and that's perfect. I will go ahead and Crypt Builder this top floor, because getting rid of that statue is a big reason why we're going to be able to deal with this stuff up here. Alright, in case things go bad, you're endless now. Spell weakness. This hurts me. I think I have to. So, we've done that much. We reduced everybody else's HP by at least a little bit. We have 5 armor left. We cannot afford to lose anymore. So... I think we have to Crypt Build it up here. Let's continue to apply spell weakness. Yeah, consume one of those, so that kills. And then down on this floor, we're just going to double vent. That is a lot of penance you're forcing me to take here. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. Demon Fiend takes up all of our mana, which we'd rather use on other things, like getting rid of these two before they actually hurt us. Final wave. All right. Now Ice Tornado does 23 damage a bunch of times. Spell weakness, it's 8 times damage to the next spell. 23 damage 3 times is 69. Nice. And then if we apply that times 8, it's a lot. It's not enough yet, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and apply. You're not dead yet. You will be soon. I think we Titan's Tooth here. Now, at this point, if I Frenzied Swarm, I think this works. Yes! That was one spell to deal almost 1,000 damage. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, that was super fun. Siren Song is exceptionally powerful. Yes. It's very, very powerful for us. We are starting to have a big deck, but I still think that energy is the right way to go here. Oh, that was super funny. I really enjoyed that. Okay, we can remove cards. Sure, but I like our deck. I like how it's spicy and big. Give me this free artifact. Apply daze to enemy units when they enter the floor below the pyro room. Makes our top floor actually our safest floor. And it could effectively allow us to apply daze to 3. I don't really want my consumed cards to come back. So yeah, let's go with Light's Gift here. Spell Rail Spike. Increase the magic power by 20. Or Monster Rail Spike. Okay, look. Here's a weird one. The creatures we have, we only really care about, like, 2 at a time. We got Tethys +1. The rest of the creatures are largely inconsequential. Enhancing one with 20 extra strength and power and everything. The Branded Warrior has not had a chance to like come online at all. This would allow him to at least give it a shot. And then die horribly. Leave our deck forever and never come back. Our Alpha Fiend is in a similar situation, however. Like, I don't... Like, the spells are actually useful. If I put this on the Frozen Lance, it's like getting a free consume spell, and then it costs one less, which is kind of cute. And I mean, I could put that on anything, though. Ooh. But it's like a permanent purge, too, huh? Look, for a permanent purge... Now, the Queen's Implants are fine. For a permanent purge, I think that the Branded Warrior is sadly, like, one of the better options we've got. He does fit, though. Like, if we can get, like, Rail Beater, Branded Warrior in the back, and Tethys all at the same time, like, that'll actually start dealing some damage. That can actually see some play. The Alpha Fiend, on the other hand, if we just turn him into a slightly cheaper version of a Demon Fiend, I don't think I'm actually sad about that. Goodbye! So long! Big ponder, big Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and start spending money on spells. Double stack. Let's see. What can we do? Frostbite freaking 20. Now, you're impossible to play currently, but damn, Frostbite 20 though. I'm willing to give that a shot, actually. I'd rather like triple stack it somehow, but I don't think that's doable. Reducing the cost. Reducing the cost of Siren Song to be free is not bad. Titan's Tooth to be playable is not bad either. It's already really difficult to play, so making it slightly cheaper is not the worst idea on the planet. Sure. And then when I re-roll, because upgrading a spell with 10 magic power is like a big whoop at the moment. Re-roll. Remove consume and make it cost +1. Now, that's not the one I was looking for. Sadly. So what I'm going to do here is apply a -1 to Remnant Pact. Just to keep Tethys alive. Purging a card. We've already had a hard time purging cards. Like, we just made this choice earlier. The Transcend Imp has not done much. It's effectively a second Molting Imp if it gets played after the Molting Imp. The Queen's Implants are literally useless at this point. They just take up mana and then do 10 damage. Yeah, you know what? Get rid of an Imp. After all, I don't need them. I don't want them. Okay. Strike applies spell weakness too. Or slightly more HP, a lot more damage, and damage spells cost -2 on this floor. Should've gone with that from the beginning. Imagine how expensive our spells would be, but how unbelievably easy they would be to play. We have to, it's daily. This is a bit brutal, by the way, I think. So, because it's relatively brutal, here's the floor where we're sort of setting up. You can sit down here. You're living. We're gonna have to deal with that. Crypt Builder is the correct choice here. Without a doubt. Slam you down. You know what? This is a good Transcendent situation. You can also put down a Branded Warrior, and then you actually get a kill. Or we could Siren Song and force you to die via Pyre. It's not often I get to play Siren Song to kill a collector. Okay, Branded Warrior. Okay, so we could do a Titan's Tooth down here. Especially because it's starting to look a little bit iffy as to whether or not my guy will survive here. That Frostbite helps a little bit. Can we at least get a kill on this guy? How much damage are we dealing? 74? Puts him low enough. Yeah, Tethys is dead regardless of what I do here, actually, which is kind of sad. Unless I move him up, which literally makes me sad as hell. Okay, we managed to apply Endless to him. It's a good time to be alive. Toss that out there. No more of that nonsense. Alright, cool. Tethys dies. That's not a very big sad. But we are taking some pyro damage because these guys just have so much HP. Now you're dead. This is good news. Now you're dead too. Okay, we managed to come to this point. I think we have to go over here. Toss this out. Molting Imp just for the sake of doing damage, and then Vent. We'll at least reduce the other guy by low enough that we can tell that he's now dead, and then we can deal with the other big guy another time. Okay, now's when we start applying that. We can't fit you down there. Sadness. Oh, baby. So, Siren Song. He's already dead. But just to guarantee it. So, we could put on the Ice Tornado right now. It does do some damage. So, I'll do it. But I'm not exactly thrilled about it. The Alpha Fiend going out now is not going to help us. Spell Weakness. Transcendent. Good, they didn't get rid of the Spell Weakness. That's important. Alright, and I play both Crypt Builders right now. What I have to hope is that Tethys applies enough Spell Weakness that our next turn is just brutal. So, did he? I don't think so. I don't think it's even remotely close. Not even remotely close. So we might lose here. We did lose. We lived. That was some bad luck. That was some bad luck, but we just made it through. I'll take it. For what it's worth, at least we made it. Impressive literally does not help me at all right now. Like, we have some imps, they don't last a turn. We are alive with 11 HP. Oof! Oof! We go this side. 100%. At least we lost everything all at once. I think that at this point, removing the Transcendent makes good sense. Removing the Queen's Impling makes good sense. We just want our spells, boy. Merchant of Steel. Large Stone. Who could this possibly go on? Like, if I put it on the Demon Fiend, yeah, sure, he's big. But now if I put... Ooh, the Branded Warrior actually becomes a bit spicy at this point. He doesn't fit on any floor other than the one with the Rail Beater. Really? But, like, that works. That actually does some work. Because he attacks first, brings the weakest one to the front, and then he kills it, giving them... Yeah. Okay, and you need to tank for as long as possible for our good friend Tethys. Sure, okay. Reroll. Let's see what we get in here. Endless. Literally is helpful for the multi-imp, and multi-imp alone. That's good, though. Giving you more damage to kill with. Why not? And then giving you more HP to tank with. Why not? So, like, not a bad bunch of spending right there. And then artifacts. X cost spells get +3 to their cost. Do we have any X cost spells? Anybody? Just Vent? Is it just Vent, the consuming spells? Yep. Okay. Spells get an extra spell slot. Laugh. When you summon a second unit during a turn, gain 3 energy. But it allows us to play our whole hand most of the time, so I'll take it. It's daily time. We have to take no damage on this floor if we can manage. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a cry face, a thinky face, and then an anger face to show that I'm determined. I've gone through my at least 3 stages of grief. We have to assume that we're going to lose already, because it's the consume guy. That's pretty brutal, considering. So we cannot play crypt builders before it's time. That's what I'm learning right now. Multi-imp. He's going to die, and he's going to multi-imp out again next turn. You can come out here with... Hold on a tick. Who was the guy that we large stone again? You? Yeah. Demon Fiend. Okay, Frozen Lance would reduce him to a normal amount of HP. It is too early to cast it right now. First spell each turn, just brutality, huh? Should have known that it was the Seraph walking into this. So the 2 little guys are dying already. But we need to deal with the fact that we keep getting self-mutilation in our fire right now. It's not a good look. You're not dead yet either. It's a big sad. Okay. Roar! No, don't do that. It's a bad plan. Do this. Good plan. We're going to take some fire damage. We did not... Okay, you're dazed. So the both of you are like, not a problem, right? Who do I play Endless to? You, I think. Now the Alpha Fiend does not fit down here. You, however, do. And you're still dying. There's not much we can do about that, is there? Look, it is time for the Rail Fiend. It is most certainly time for Rail Fiend to do his thing. Alright, and are we out of armor? We're out of armor. Whatever I play first will be consumed. I cannot afford to lose Frenzied Swarm. That cost me some spell weakness, but I'll take it on the chin here. Okay, that protected both our crypt builders. Big floor there. Big floor. Why are you only taking 18? That's why. And I can't stop that. Oh, it sucks. Everybody burns down here. That did well and truly suck, sadly. Siren Song might be useful no other time. Days 2, so it's 50. It's 110 damage. It's not enough yet. Now it is. Who would I apply quick to at this point? Like, it doesn't matter, does it? You know what? Apply it to Tethys. He gets more spell weakness off that way. Sure. We do not need to Firebound. Final wave. Womp. You do have a spell weakness on you. I would like to get more. Also, we really messed up. Our one spell, which was definitely free every turn, pretty much, is now gone. You can only really apply that here. I forgot, when you have holdover on a spell that's free and you just absentmindedly cast it, it tends to ruin everything. We can apply Dazed 2, especially making it so that way they take all this damage and then another 55. That's worth it, I think. But then down here, you know, like I said, that's worth it. That's our spell. So we need to do 2,000 damage on this floor. I don't think that's happening. What we can do, move you up a floor. You're now very dead. And then, like, cry on the inside, really. Like, we got very close to finishing the daily, and... man, Consume spell made that really hard. Also, that last, that penultimate fight was brutal, too. So, here's what I think we could have done better on this daily. Like, this wasn't awful, 28,000 points. It's close to that 30,000 point area where I'm happy that at least, you know, we won. We did take on every single daily bonus, which did help with our score quite a lot. However, if we had gone for Tethys, who reduced spell cost from the start, and they also reduce all spell costs by 3 by the end of it, we would not have had to tech into energy quite as hard as we did. We would be able to tech into draw, primarily. And secondly, by teching into draw, we would have been able to play all those extremely expensive spells right from the get-go for much, much cheaper. Like, our Pyre was able to protect itself on earlier fights. I don't know why I was so worried to play Tethys. At least early on in the game. And I think that by going for +1 energy per turn, we really screwed ourselves over. What we should have been able to do was just, beginning of the thing, put down Tethys, and then just start blasting. We never really found that tank that we really wanted, but we did manage to come out with a hour-long run. Oof. 50 minutes. Seriously. That's pretty bad. Still, you know. At least we didn't die all the way down here. Thanks for watching. Hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. They actually literally didn't play if they made it down that far. Yeah, these people at least tried and then died. So, yeah, at least we didn't end up down there. It's a start. Thanks for watching. Hope you folks enjoy yourselves. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I do better tomorrow. This is the big oof of a daily. But, you know, you live and you learn. Oof.